Who's the birthday on the 1st? He goes, talk about the birthday on the 1st. And what? That's it. Happy birthday. That's what it is. Wonderful. Because he kept saying, talk about the birthday on the 1st, and he's handing me the birthday balloons. Do you understand it? His way of saying happy birthday to you. Did you ask to say happy birthday?
I had hoped that he would say.
That's it. Because he kept saying to me, I was asked to make sure that I say happy birthday to her today. And that's why I kept being told, talk about the 1st. Wonderful. So it's his way of validating that today's the 1st and it's your birthday. Good. Good, good. He said, he's so funny. He said, I know everyone loved me as much as you did, but at least eat some cake or something. Do you understand why he's saying that? Instead of like this actually being your birthday. But he's saying to me, you wanted a chance to talk to him. Do you understand it? Good. And this is what you hoped for. Good. But I feel I want to talk about her, and he's making me say Danny. So we're going to just, I feel like I'm focusing on the children today, and that's okay. Okay? Even though I know there's love for the both of you, I feel like I'm supposed to focus on the children. Okay. My guide says I only have a few more minutes, so I'm going to see how long he takes and see if I can at least get back to one more person that I was feeling before. But I have to go at their pace, unfortunately. He said, I want to wish her a happy birthday. That's why I was saying to you the 1. And it's his way of saying that he's thankful for the chance to celebrate today with you and to be able to have this time with everybody. Wonderful. Good. He says to me, he watches over her. I'm being told like lightning. I've never had anyone say that before. I have no clue what that means. So I'm going to have him explain it to me, okay? But I just see this light all across you, and he said like lightning. He's a very big protector of you.
Yes.
But he always was.
Yes.
Wonderful. Always was. What's with the dog barking? Mm-hmm. You what? You wanted to talk to your dog? Okay, so he's bringing the dog through because I can hear the dog barking. Wonderful. But I'm going to start with him first, okay? Okay. But you asked for the dog.
Yes.
Because you wanted the dog to be here. He just said she misses her bus buddy. Do you understand it? Very close to the dog. I feel like I can pick the dog up. So I know it's smaller. Right, I'm going to hear his words first. Makes me feel like I want to talk about Danny. He's saying to me that Danny is struggling with priorities. Do you understand that? There's something about the career.
Well, he's a little undecided on his path.
That's it. Okay, because all he's saying is talk about the career path, talk about the priorities. And I keep being told he's continuing to guide him. He's continuing to guide him. And he says, I'm trying to guide him, and there's like a wall between us. And I keep trying to give him validation and information. And I keep trying to have him be directed a certain way. And he's closed and not paying attention. Meaning there's that wall separating them because he's trying to give the guidance to help him to make the correct decision on this career path that he's on, and he's not listening. It's his way of saying, tell him to be more open. What's with the engineering?
He's debating between computer engineering and computer science.
Okay, perfect. Because he keeps saying engineering, 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 engineering. Meaning that it's either what's on his mind the most, or his way of saying that's one of the directions. And he keeps saying he's not listening, he's not listening. He's saying he's a very smart boy. He could do anything he chooses to do. And I know he's going to make the right decision, but I'm trying to guide him along the way. So I'm just going to leave it, unless he says anything else. Okay, good. Alright, I'm having him step closer with the dog. What's with the D? D, I keep getting D, D, D. I'm going to leave that for a minute. Because he's trying to say something to me and I keep getting D. I can hear the barking of the dog. I feel like he's trying to introduce the dog to me. What's with the dog chain? What is that? What's the dog necklace or chain?
The dog collar every year she takes and puts it on the Christmas tree.
That's it. And Christmas is getting ready to come up. Okay, perfect. So you understand why he's saying that? Because he has the dog in his arms and he keeps saying, talk about the chain, the collar. Wonderful. And you put it on the Christmas tree in remembrance of the dog? Okay, because I can hear the dog barking. I'm being told the dog hasn't been gone very long, but it's been a little bit. Do you understand it? Good. Female dog? I keep getting female, female, female. The dog's energy to me is female. Good, so I'm going to see if I can get anything out of. When I'm communicating and people bring animals through, what will happen is sometimes I can see the dog clear as day. I'll feel if it's male or female. Sometimes I'll get the name of the dog. But if they give me any kind of specific dates or anything else, it usually comes from the spirit that I'm talking to. Okay? I'm just feeling the energy of the dog is female. Wonderful. He just said, I have heard. And it's the dog's way of, I'm being told, footprints in the house. What's with the walking in the house? Because I feel like the dog is walking in the house. And I can feel like, I can hear the claws on the floor.
She used to follow me everywhere.
I'm being told she still does in spirit.
Yeah, when she was alive.
That's what I'm getting.
She used to follow me, and she wanted me to put her in bed with me when I go to sleep. And she was like, at the bottom of my feet.
She still follows her. Because when he comes to visit, he brings the dog with him, and that I'm being told the dog's all over the house. Meaning the dog's walking around and still with her in spirit. You'll have to let me know if you ever feel the dog, because I feel like this. Like it's trying to jump up on her almost.
Yeah.
And then it's walking around still trying to follow her. So you understand it. And you've been doing the collar thing on the tree. Wonderful. That's what it is. Good? Good. Okay. So just not only his validation, but the energy through the dog as far as the honor. That's what it's about. He's saying to me how special you were to him and how much he loved both of you as granddaughters. Good. He just said, tell them that I'm always there. He's always visiting, always trying to make his presence known. He just said, let her know we'll both be there for the holidays. That's why I was getting this. Okay, about the dog. It's with the M. Very clear. Somebody else is trying to introduce themselves. What's happening sometimes is as I start to shut down, because you're one of the last people I read, instead of getting the names as they start to shut me down, I might just get that first letter.
Mama, but we used to call her.
Okay, perfect. That's why I'm getting it. Wonderful. directly behind him. Meaning that she's here. He just said to let you know that he's going to keep her safe. And that he'll always be watching over her and have her with him. And that you haven't really lost her. Because when he comes to visit, he's bringing the dog with him. Because he knows how important both of them were to her. Because he's saying to me, she has not had very much loss in her life. And the two things that have been the hardest is his passing and the dog's. So when he comes to visit the family and he's around in spirit, he's bringing the dog as well. Wonderful. Good. He just said she's always happy to come because she wants to have that connection with her. And you just said, I love you. Who's Courtney? Does anybody recognize Courtney? Who's Courtney? All right, I'm going to leave it. Because somebody's saying they want to talk to Courtney. But remember, that can be somebody that somebody works with. Does anybody recognize the name Courtney? Somebody you work with? Family? Friend? Because somebody keeps saying, I want to talk to Courtney. Who's Courtney to you?
My grandfather's name is Courtney.
Your grandmother's name is Courtney?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather's name is Courtney? Okay, that's a very interesting name. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for a minute. So I might be coming back to them for just a moment. They're saying to me I just have a few minutes left, but that's the next name I'm getting. That's one of those very different ones like Harold. I keep getting Courtney. Okay, good. He just says he loves everybody. He wanted to make sure that he said hello. But I'm being told not only for her, because of the connection with the dog, but to say happy birthday. All right, he's starting to pull his energy back. I'm being told they were just the main two things he wanted to validate today, and that's okay. Sometimes they just want to come in and say one or two things so you know they're here. All right, he's starting to pull his energy back.